Salutations! So before we start, I'd like to say, from what I've seen recently, there has been some negativity floating around ARTFIGHT. And I just wanted to say that my experience thus far in ARTFIGHT has been quite positive. I've been doing ARTFIGHT for about 3 years, and I really enjoy it. So to anyone who wants to join ARTFIGHT but has been struggling with the idea, or heavens forbid, has been discouraged by the negativity floating around, don't be. No matter how many attacks you produce, or how many defenses, or how many attacks you do or don't receive, the purpose of ARTFIGHT is to help you grow and for everyone to share their passion and creativity. I highly encourage you to give it a try. Just follow the general rules, be courteous and respectful of other people's personal ARTFIGHT rules, and just focus on making art you're proud of. The secret to enjoying ARTFIGHT is to just keep your expectations focused on yourself and what you can do. I know it's a little late, considering I'm posting this at the end of this year's game, but there's always next year. Now onward to the bulk of this month's entertainment. I will start off with my own attacks and revenges, then I will show off the art I received this year as attacks from the opposite team, Stardust. I'm on Seafoam. Then there will be announcements and closing thoughts. I'm on Team Seafoam this year, and my first attack for ARTFIGHT 2024 was an OC by ArmadilloCat. Her name is Lenore Alapo, and her familiar is a raven by the name of Edgar. In case you haven't gathered by now, she is heavily themed around Edgar Allan Poe. In all honesty, that fact is one of the main reasons I chose her out of all the others. Plus, her design is just so nice. I love the moon and the star theming, and her outfit is so pretty. The concept and design is cohesive. It's just, in general, a very solid design. I really enjoyed drawing her. Now for my piece, I thought I'd be a little cheeky and do a little reference of my own. Since I'm on Team Seafoam, I did my best to incorporate ocean imagery into what I could in all of my pieces. And luckily for me, Edgar Allan Poe has a poem titled Annabel Lee. I titled this piece In a Kingdom by the Sea after a verse in the poem. In my rough sketch, you might be able to glimpse the rough shape of Lenore's raven familiar Edgar, but I ended up leaving him out in the final drawing. I also used the outfit version that was without the absolutely adorable shawl and cowl, which was a decision made solely because I was experimenting with backlighting, and the shawl would have complicated things, at least in my mind it did. I'm very proud of this one, even though I can see some mistakes. It's been a long time since I've drawn a body of water, and I tried a newer method this time around. It works, but there's always room for improvement. Anyway, I really liked this piece, and I had so much fun drawing Lenore. My next attack was for one of Tukii's OCs, FANTASIIIA, which I have no footage for. I had started on a piece for her, deleted the time-lapse because I thought I'd decided to go into a different direction, then proceeded to forget to restart the time-lapse when I started over. However, I still wanted to include it in the video for the sake of transparency, and it felt like a shame not to include such a cute character. It was my first emoji pack ever, and it helped set a precedent for the pack attacks that followed. I love her puppet design, the colors were so striking, and I really enjoyed experimenting with her facial expressions. After the tragic loss of FANTASIIIA's time-lapse footage, my ARTFIGHT journey took a dark turn as I began to tread the path of vengeance. For while I was away, strategizing and planning my next attack, the enemy descended upon my sweet, unexpected OCs, and they slayed. My friend Bandit drew my OC Cersei, so in retaliation, I rifled through their OCs and found Alice Raven. The concept I used for this piece was one that I had been toying with for a while. I just didn't know who the subject was going to be until Bandit attacked me. I wanted to play with the underwater light as well as just general concepting this time around, and I just thought that having a fish swim through the hair would not only look cool, but add some interesting depth. Plus, it was fun. Alice's design is right up my alley, and I really enjoyed drawing her. She's a pastel necromancer who loves helping spirits move on, and she is loved in turn for her compassion towards them. She's such a cute character. The next attack I did was a little out of my realm of comfort. I drew a pony. Her name is Pastel Hooves. Now, her creator, FANTASIIIA, does have human OCs, but a lot of them had more detail than I felt like doing at that point in time, and I also kind of really wanted to draw a pony. I had a lot of fun drawing Pastel Hooves. Her concept is so soft and pretty and elegant, but also cutesy. It also reflects a lot of her personality from what I read in her character description. However, I changed a small detail in her design to help pull in the ocean themes I was trying to thread throughout all my bigger pieces. Instead of drawing flowers in her mane, like in her original reference, I used shells, which was a change that FANTASIIA commented on and really liked. So I'm glad when I went with my gut. This next piece was a revenge for AsheTheEnby, who attacked my OC Carsey. The character I chose is named Emma, and she's a fairy. I wonder who else we know is a fairy. Anyway, I love me some cottagecore and I love me some pink, so Emma caught my attention pretty fast. I didn't have an eye color reference for her, so I ended up using a lot of closed-eyed expressions for the emojis. I think they work though. And the hair rendering I did on this emoji pack is one of my favorites. This concept was something simple and a little silly, which thankfully was confirmed by her creator to be in character. In the description PinkishHue provided for their OC, they mentioned that Rosie is a goof, but she acts that way in order to create distance and, in her eyes, protect herself and others around her, which I absolutely eat up. I love me some delicious character depth. Scrumptious. I enjoy her design. The browns and creams are nice, and the splashes of light blue add some visual interest with the contrast it provides. She's also a harpy and a plague doctor. I love both concepts, and so that is just a major plus in my eyes. If I had more devotion during this time, I might have done something more ambitious, but I like it anyway. This is Yuri by QuantumConcept. I guess there was a trend with pastel girly characters for me this year because I picked a lot of them. Yuri was perfect for emojis. Her design works so well. I also love her K-pop idol aesthetic, which makes sense because she's a K-pop idol. While I was drawing the emojis, I panicked a little because I thought I drew her hair wrong. But it's fine, because Quantum lets you draw their OCs with different hairstyles. Yippee! She still looks cute and as accurate as possible for an emoji to be. I really like the shading style I used on this one. I just kind of had fun with it. Last but certainly not least is FoxShadez' OC, Avery. I love characters with animal-like ears. It gives you so much room for extra body language and expression, which I did not take advantage of for the emojis because I wasn't sure if the ears could move. Avery, as a character, is an avid reader and traveler. They love comfy things, which I can relate to. I love comfy things, and this is a comfy, cozy design. They have a large sweater on their concept art, but I couldn't include it in the drawing because it's best if you keep intricate details to a minimum when drawing emojis, or else they look cluttered and hard to read when shrunk down for reaction images. First and foremost, I would like to thank everyone who attacked me. I loved each and every piece I received. Blitzy was again quite popular this year. It seems people really like cute alien Cyclops gremlins. She's got the most attacks out of everyone. I didn't get to my goal this year, sadly, but that's okay. Honestly, it's more important to me that I push out art I like rather than try and reach a quota. For those who don't know, my goal this year was to make more attacks than I did last year, and last year I did 10. This year I did not beat 10. I didn't even get to 10. But quality, not quantity, you know? I also have improved and gotten more detailed since last year, so naturally it would take me much longer anyway. Most of the bigger pieces took me over 4 hours to do. And now speaking of time, I think I might start uploading art videos like this once a month instead of every 2 weeks. This will help alleviate some of the pressure and give me more time to focus on other projects I'm trying to get going. It also gives me more time to spend on the artworks in the videos, the editing, and the scripting. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and if you got this far, leave a cloud in your comment below. Bye-bye!